New Jersey, Detroit, next game, 61-62. We've got Detroit -120, -125, home favorite, total 5.5. A little bit shaded to the under in this game. Detroit, an overtime loss to the New York Rangers yesterday, 2-1. New Jersey hangs on to beat the very, very feisty Vancouver Canucks 3-2. Give Vancouver credit. They've been a very tough out so far on this road trip, but New Jersey able to get past them. Problem is, you did have Corey Schneider in net for the Devils yesterday. I'm a little bit less reluctant. I'm actually interested in the New Jersey side here for sure. I'd rather trust them getting a slight plus price than Detroit at home laying it, but we might see Keith Kincaid in net, and that's not exactly a goaltender that I'm all that excited about backing or endorsing here in this hockey game tonight. So again, keep an eye on the goaltending situation there on both sides. I think there's a chance that you're going to see Kincaid in net for the New Jersey Devils. But the New Jersey road record's been really good, 7-3 on the season. The Devils on the road. This is a team that I don't mind backing away from Brooklyn there. So I think it's a team that's got the chance, from Newark rather, a team that's got a chance to get the job done here tonight. Even if Kincaid's in there, I'd still lean Devils, but would prefer Schneider being in between the pipes. Either way, I'll definitely lean to the Devils in that hockey game. Minnesota, St. Louis next game, 63-64. St. Louis about -145 to -130. Or -145 to -150, I should say, at home. Total 5.5, shaded to the under. The St. Louis Blues coming off a loss to Nashville. How about Nashville? How about that for an impressive win? You go into St. Louis, shut him out last night, 2-0. Great defensively. Pekka Rinne, who has frustrated me. I know he's frustrated Dana, and I'm sure a lot of other people over the years with how inconsistent he can be, but he's had a very good, solid season so far. No doubt about it, Pekka Rinne. And it's good to see because they need him to be good if they're going to be a cup contender. And with a good Pekka Rinne, they're absolutely a cup contender again this year. I've said it many times about that Nashville team. They got the center ice depth. They got the blue line. They got the goaltender when he's in his zone like he is now to do damage and go a long way this season. So good win for them in St. Louis. The Blues will be looking to bounce back from that. I probably lean to the Blues to bounce back. They had Carter Hutton in between the pipes last night. Nothing against Carter Hutton, but I'd still prefer Jake Allen over him. Jake Allen will be back in there, you would think, tonight for the Blues in this hockey game against Minnesota. And Minnesota's, again, another one of those teams right now that's very, very up and down. Not sure what you're going to get from them, as evidenced by their 5-5 road record, 11-10 on the season. That's about where the Minnesota Wild should be. Offensively, they're good some games. Offensively, they're terrible some games. Devin Dubnyk goes in and out of hot streaks left and right. So, hot and cold streaks. So it's just one of those situations where Minnesota is exactly where they should be, flirting right around 500. So St. Louis, to me, still superior squad. I'm always interested in St. Louis off a loss. They're usually pretty good in that spot. You get good focus. Both of these teams played yesterday. Minnesota took care of business against the Colorado Avalanche 3-2 in a shootout. Back-to-backs records. We've got Minnesota 2-0 actually this season, back-to-back. But hey, St. Louis 3-0, perfect 3-0 for the Blues on a second night of back-to-back situation. But again, heed Dana's advice because he made a good point about the time on ice statistics from the previous game. Keep an eye on those. Always good to know going into a back-to-back situation, because if you've got certain players, forwards, defense, that a team really relies on to win hockey games, playing 30 minutes plus, in the game before, that's when you could be dealing with some kind of fatigue issues going into the next game, the very next day. So those are always something to be aware of. It's a high price with St. Louis, but right around my cutoff. But as long as you can sneak out a price below -150, I think the Blues are a side worth backing here.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to our channel. Now, we've put a lot of work into producing all these free videos, so please help us out and keep all our content free for you forever by simply liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Now, not to mention, a visit to our industry-leading website will warm the hearts of all our SBR employees, especially myself. Now, the links are over there to the left, so do check those out. Thanks for watching.